Hi, this is Paul Baines with GreatDad.com, and I'm here with my son Hayden. And today we are reviewing the WinBot 950, which is a window cleaning robot fashioned a little bit off the concept of the Roomba, which is fairly well known. But the makers of this guy, they're called Ecovacs, and they make the same type of product as the Roomba as well. And I think in this case what they're trying to do is use that technology of the vacuum to harness it onto doing something for Windows, which is, I don't know if there are other competitors out there, but this is the only one that we've seen. This is the third or fourth iteration of a window cleaning robot, so they have been working on it and getting it better. So it comes in this box, and we have a video where we actually do the unboxing. But basically, what you get in the box is the WinBot robot window cleaning apparatus itself, and then a lot of cords, because you're going to need a lot of electric cords. It has a small battery inside it, but really you've got to run electricity into it constantly to keep the fan going, to keep the suction on the window so it stays vertical, right? That was our major concern in doing this, right? Is that we were afraid that it would fall down and not only just fall down and break, but that it would fall down and hit us in the head, especially when we were working on those hard to get windows. So you get a lot. It didn't in the end. No, it threatened to many times, but it didn't. So you get 16 feet of cord with an extension cord and an adapter, and then you also get this thing, which is a huge suction cup.
It's like the tether.
Yeah, it's a tether. So if you were doing this like outside of a window with a vertical drop, which we were, you'd be able to tie the WinBot to this tether, clamp it onto the suction cup, and hope and pray that the suction cup holds if the thing ever fell down. Because the WinBot costs $403 on Amazon. So we're not talking about a small investment. Falls, you break it, you bought it, and it's probably...
There's a warranty.
There's a warranty. I doubt if it covers it falling to the ground 100 feet below and killing a small pet and breaking into a million pieces, however. So that's really important. And I got to say that was a major source of insecurity for us while doing it. I stood watching it for quite a while right under it, thinking that it might fall down and hit me in the head. Whereas my daughter, who did all of her windows, she did what the advertising shows, which is a guy sitting watching TV while all of his windows are being cleaned miraculously while he waits. I was a little bit less sure. But maybe after you've used it for many, many times and it's never fallen down, you develop that kind of comfort. So let's take a look. We're going to, first of all, I want to show you the pieces. This side is the nicer design side. All it has is a speaker here that beeps. That's where the beeps come out. But you didn't know that. That's where the beeps come out. And this is the on-off button for...
the play and pause.
Yeah, so it's actually when it starts moving, not to turn it on.
Yeah, so when you want to start moving, you just press on that.
Yeah, why don't you talk a little bit about how it automatically creates a path?
Well, it just did that. We put it on the window, and then it just cleaned the whole window.
Well, that's what they claim in the marketing materials. It's improved the way it cleans, supposedly finds the most efficient path, and then cleans the window based on that path. So you don't have to. It does come with a remote, which maybe we just left upstairs. But it does come with a remote so that you can move it up and down if you see a smudge. But it's supposed to do this all on its own. Okay. Then so if we turn it over, this is the kind of the more interesting side technologically. We have this is the on-off switch. So line and zero. And it does have a small amount of battery. I think it has a small battery in it because you don't want to be in a situation where it loses all of its power because maybe it pulled the cord out of the wall, which happened to me one time while we were testing it. And when it loses power, then it loses suction and then it falls off. So I think the battery is there so that it stays flat on the wall, makes a lot of beeps, and alerts you, hey, this thing's going to fall off the wall very shortly. Then these are the treads that drive it around. There's another little balancing wheel here that keeps it kind of flat. These things on the side are the side sensors that tell it when it's hit the side of the wall. Importantly, and this is a little bit of a frustration, because it's got these corner sensors, and if you think about it, it's got to have something like this, but it means that the corners of your windows are not going to get clean. They can't, there's just no way that they can get clean because the corner sensors are there.
And there's also like
So this pad is actually what you put the solution on to wash the windows, and it came with 3 of these. They come off. I already washed 2 of them. If you like to wash, sweaters and underwear in the sink, that's basically the concept. I mean, you throw these in the water, you put some dishwasher liquid on them. They clean up. They have to dry. They can't be used wet. They advise not using any other solution except for the one that comes with the WinBot, and we used about half the bottle that they gave with us. So there's that. Let's see what else is on here. This is the fan that's the suction. So this pulls the whole WinBot close to the window, and so that it can't let go. And then I think this serves to create the seal. Hayden's talking about the suction seal, but this is also, and we'll do a picture where we get close in. It's actually a squeegee. So this is what is these things are getting it wet, and then this is squeegeeing it clean as it moves around. And then this little guy here is a little camera that's a sensor. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about, and we'll show some of the films of it moving across the window. How'd that work?
It's pretty nice. Pretty smooth. Didn't go all over the place.
What it doesn't do, we don't have a Roomba, so I don't know if a Roomba does a straight up and down pattern, but this is...
Because it was kind of more like an up, and it moved a bit to the side, and then went down.
It moves kind of slowly because each time when it goes to, it goes up, obviously the treads are going up and down, but then it gets to the side and it slowly turns like this, and then it goes, and then it, just go like that. So it takes a while. I mean, we washed how many windows? I guess we washed 4 sliding door panels. We washed 1 big window. We washed 3 smaller windows, and that took all of about 2 hours. So there's a little bit of a learning curve. But it wasn't fast. Okay? Another thing that's important is that when you put it on, you're supposed to have 4 inches of clearing space on either side of the machine, or it won't start. So that was important. And also, it's not meant for windows that are more narrow than 17 inches. So the windows you see behind us are actually, they have panes in them, so it's completely useless for that. This is really made for big windows, and we'll show some of those in the pictures right now that we did, or for sliding glass doors, or maybe a big apartment windows, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So as I said too, it's important to know that you can buy more of these. They cost, I think, $30 for another 2 of them when they wear out, and eventually they would if you use them a lot. And the solution that they recommend for cleaning the windows costs $20 for a half gallon. They say not to use Windex, so that's extra cost. So net, what is our impression of this? I mean, other than being a really cool gadget.
It's cool.
I know, it's cool. We were trying to get my daughter to come in and give a cameo appearance. I think my wife's reaction was, that's a lot of wires and a lot of trouble for what it does. On the other hand, there's a reason why most of the windows in our house have not been washed in several years, is that nobody likes to hang out the window off the second story and try to get around them. Whereas what I did in some of the windows that you'll see in the pictures here, I'll show you the one out our front of our house, is I was able to reach around, and then using my finger, this thing weighs 7 pounds, by the way, reaching around on the other side of the window, like the window's here, and I'm sticking my hand out on the ledge, I was able to push this button, starts the suction, holds on tight, and then I just watched it clean the window. So, I don't know, maybe it would get you to clean your windows more often. My daughter was very excited to see this happen. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was I going to say? There's, I can't remember now. It does, the important thing was that it doesn't clean the corners, and it also, because of the way it works, when it's done and it stops, it's going to leave a mark. There's going to be a smudge. So you have to think about, like, if you somehow you have to, wherever it stops, and you can use the remote control to get it to a certain place to stop, you have to clean that smudge after you're done. Right. Which, I mean, all in all, you know, now you're talking about a lot of work between washing these and moving the thing around, setting it up, plugging it in, tethering it, all the rest. There is a fair amount of work involved. So my net would be $400, a lot of money for maybe for people who've got a little bit of money to spend, but also for people who have really hard to wash windows where you just can't get outside and you're basically waiting for a window washer to come, because it does do a good job of that. On the other hand, it's not made for washing windows the first time. They say that it's not meant for deep cleans. This is really a maintenance product. It does a good job of cleaning things when they're not a little bit too out of control. So you don't want to use this. This is not for mud spattered windows. This is for windows that just haven't been washed for 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
Is that it? Mm-hmm. It's relatively quiet. Yeah. No small animals were killed in the use of the device. I didn't think it was. It wasn't that dangerous once we got the tether thing going. This is actually the detergent that came with it. You can see we used almost a half a bottle washing those windows, so this stuff will go fast. But $403, it's the WinBot 950 from Ecovex. Okay? So this is Paul Banis at GreatDad.com, my son Hayden, saying until next time, make sure to subscribe to our videos so you can see the latest ones as they come out. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.